Okay, the game. Let me share my screen. Hang on a second. All right, Arturo, microphone on.
Hello.
All right, Arturo, what do you see on my screen right now?
The opening screen.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so make sure you guys can see it. All right, thanks, Arturo. All right, guys. So if you got any questions, just jump in. I'm going to be on a different tab here, walking you guys through the game. Okay, so I'm going to go to my contests. Give me a second to get to the right spot. So I've created a bunch of different challenges. The current challenge that we're in right now is the 2021 Thunder Challenge. Okay, this is my stock market challenge. So when you guys actually do get logged in, it should take you to a screen that looks something like this. So I've tinkered with a couple of different sites that have stock market games. The one I like about this one is it's a little easier to log into. The drawback, because like with anything in life, there's a trade-off. The drawback is you get a ton of pop-ups, and sometimes the site can slow down. So I don't really have a way around it. You're just going to have to deal with some pop-ups and accept that at times the site's going to be a little bit slower. Like this today, first hour, it was working great. With my 5-6 class around 11 o'clock, it was more slow. So it just kind of depends on it's hit or miss. Let's see. You're probably wondering like what this stuff is. This kind of shows how the Dow Jones, we talked about the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Those are indexes. They're looking at like your blue chip companies, your top proven companies. That's the Dow Jones. Your S&P 500, that's your 500 best companies. It's showing how those are doing for the day. So both of them are up. Dow Jones is up a little bit higher than the S&P 500. So that's good news if you've invested some money either in this game or in real life in any companies there. They're probably climbing in price. The NASDAQ tends to be more of your tech stocks. So that is also up for the day. Just to give you an idea, I think another dashboard here lists like commodities, looks at like how oil is doing, how natural gas is doing, and then it shows you also your portfolio. All right. Over here on the right-hand side, you have, this is my portfolio. So I've invested money in Google, in Zoom, in Lyft, Pepsi, and for some reason, I cannot remember the middle one. CAR, I'll have to look it up. But the different colors are for the different types of industries. So Google would be more of your technology industries, Zoom, and it shows how much of your portfolio it's taking up, okay? So Google, it takes up about almost 40% of my portfolio. Lyft in blue is taking up about 11% of my portfolio, like where I've invested my money, so on and so forth. Over here, it gives you a word of the day. This changes constantly, so it gives you some investment lingo that you can use. Up at the top over here on the right, I wouldn't worry about these so much, but there's resources you can use. There's assignments, there's readings, there's videos, there's trading ideas, there's different quotes. Really, guys, this site is great if you want to learn more about the market. There's so much here. I'm not encouraging you to look through it thoroughly, but it's there if you really want to get into the market. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, how do I research a company or how do I make a trade? So let's start off and you want to research, say, Pepsi, and Pepsi is PEP. So in the top here in the search column, you should be able to search PEP. Pepsi. And it should, there you go, it gives you a stock quote. There's the stupid pop-up you got to click out of. And it gives you a stock quote for Pepsi. For the day, Pepsi is trading at 133 bucks a share. It's up almost $1 a share. There's its beta right there. Here's some of the information about like the low, what it closed at yesterday, the volume that's being bought and sold, price to earnings ratio, 25. It's not bad. The market cap is in here somewhere. There it is right there. Obviously a large cap company. There's the earnings per share. It does pay a dividend. There's the dividend yield. Okay. When it pays out a dividend. So it pays out dividend, just paid one out on March 4th. All that good stuff. You can look at a graph here and look at how the stock has been doing over 5 years, over 6 months, just today. It's all there for you. So say you do your homework on this and say you really want to buy Pepsi. So you click make a trade at the top. And here is where you can buy and sell your stocks. So now before I buy Pepsi stock, notice that there's a nice little guide. Again, what I like about the site, it's really helpful if you want to utilize it. It gives you a 6-step guide to buy and sell stocks. Got another new word of the day there. If you keep scrolling down, it gives you some popular stocks. If you, like, say you're completely new to this, you have no idea what companies you want to buy, look at that. Gives you some ideas. And then if you like, say, eBay or Revlon, you hit trade and it'll take you right to that to buy it. Say you still are really unsure. Where it says symbol, throw a dart. If you were to click on that, it's going to pull this up. It gives you 3 random stocks that you can choose from. Tesla, Gap, and if you were to click on this one, it's a cryptocurrency. Okay? Say I don't want to buy a cryptocurrency. Say I really want to buy Pepsi. So in order to buy a stock, you have to know the stock symbol. So this is something you can either Google. You can just Google Pepsi stock symbol. Type in PEP, which is the Pepsi stock symbol. It's going to bring it up right there. Click on that. The action is buy. You got some actions here. You got buy, sell, short, and cover. If you want to short a stock, you can. You can only sell a stock after you've bought it. So the only action I have right now is to buy Pepsi. Let's say I want to buy 2 shares of Pepsi. A market order is the one you really only have to worry about right now. Market order means that you're buying the stock at the most current price. Okay? So it gives you the preview, shows you what it's going to cost. You hit click to preview order. And it's the last minute, like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to spend $276 of your money? And then the order is placed successfully. Now you'll notice that Pepsi's included in there. And let's say you want to check out your portfolio. You want to see how your stocks are doing. Say you log in later today or you log in next week and want to see how your stocks are doing. Go to the top, click My Portfolio. Okay. So I actually shorted a couple stocks. This is my short position. This is my total position. And these are the stocks I own. Okay. Notice that for Pepsi, the price is XXX. The price I paid is XXX. That's because I just bought 2 more shares of Pepsi. And with this site, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to put that in and to put the price in. So say you buy a stock and then you go right to your portfolio and you're like, well, I don't see the stock. Or you see the stock and you don't see the price. You see the XXX instead. Don't worry about it. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. So it will be in there. So let's say I want to get rid of my stocks in Avis. I own those. This is the price I paid for it. If I were to sell it right now, I would make a little bit of money because I paid $62.70 for it. And right now it's going at about almost $64 a share. So I make a little bit of money. I hit trade, and it's going to take you right to this page. And notice that when you hit trade after it's a stock you already own, the action goes right to sell. I'm going to sell it. And then I sold it. I sold it. I can view the order. So I paid $62.70 a share. That came out of my account. Then it hasn't updated it yet because remember it takes like 10 to 15 minutes. I think I should make roughly around like $1.50 a share. So whatever it is I made will be deposited right back into this, hypothetical account. And then I'll have that money that I could use to buy and sell other stocks. To see how you're doing against the rest of the group, go to my portfolio, hit my rankings. And that's how I'm ranking against the rest of the field. Keep in mind, this field includes not only the first hour class, but also the 5-6 class as well. And over here on the right, you'll see that there's no longer that Avis is no longer in there. It's because I sold it, okay? So that's really the gist of the game, guys. You don't have to be experts on the market to do something like this. What I'm looking for here is for you guys just to have a little fun with it. Buy some stocks. If you want to dive really into the market and do some deep research, go ahead. If you want to just play around with it, buy a few stocks and see how they perform, just based more on gut instinct or what you like, have at it. Keep in mind you have $10,000 to spend. So let's say that you find Amazon stock, and say Amazon stock I think is right around maybe $2,000 a share, $2,200 a share. So if you were to buy 5 shares of Amazon stock, you have used all your money. You've used all $10,000. So keep in mind, you only got $2,000 or $10,000 to work with. The game also runs until about May 10th, which is when you guys are roughly done with school. So you have a good 2-month period to play around with the game. And I'll give you guys time here and there during class to play the game. There's no set amount of stocks you have to buy or sell in order to receive a grade in this class. I just put it out there as something fun to do, to play around with, and then I'll bring it up from time to time and say, hey, look, Arturo is still leading the pack, or Gabby is climbing the ranks. She's now in 5th place. I'll make notice of that. So that being said, any questions on the stock market game? I'll pause the video right now too.